Hello everybody. I'd like to talk to you about Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, the newest movie that hit the cinemas on the 6th of June 2018. I've seen the movie twice by now, and I have strong feelings towards it, and I'd like to pack that in a video because I really feel like rambling on about it. Obviously this video is going to contain a lot of spoilers, and yeah, well, that's sort of a review. That's what I feel about some scenes in the movie. Yeah, I'll go through every scene that I remember, basically, or some other major points of the movie. So yeah, spoilers. There you go. So, right at the start, I'd like to say that before the movie came out, before I went to the cinema to see it, I did not look at anything of the movie, like literally anything. I didn't read through the description or look at any pictures. Okay, I saw this picture because there was a giant, you know, like a giant cotton, let's just call it a poster that is like 15 multiplied 2 meters tall and big. That was at the cinema, and there was a bunch of posters there and all that jazz. So I saw this picture, and that's literally it. Also, why is there a second gyrosphere? That was not in the movie. Just like Owen not standing like this in the movie. No. He stood like this in the movie, but there was one picture where he stood right to the gyrosphere, which he did not in the movie. That was what bothered me. Okay, I'm not gonna try and go out and spread wrong information. So, right from the start, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom has the slogan, "Life finds a way." Yeah, okay, Jurassic Park said that. Ian said that, Ian Malcolm. And, well, nobody in this movie said it. I did not feel the connection in between the movie and the slogan. Right, maybe they just didn't find anything because the comedy in this film wasn't that so good. But yeah. Oh well, it still sounds fancy, but nobody knew that hasn't ever seen a film of the franchise is gonna feel connected to it at all. So that's something I like to criticize right off. I'm probably gonna sound like I don't like the movie at all, but I really do like it. I just really need some getting used to, I think. That sounds negative too, goddammit. Alright, so let's start with the first scene of the movie. Sort of hamster ball gyrosphere, but undersea. Moving in towards the mosasaur. Well, it's not a paddock. Well, the mosasaur area. I loved the way that there was no music at the beginning. I could basically feel being underwater with them because of these watery sound effects being so loud and so. It was so awesome. Like the shots were amazing. How you followed them around. How the one guy was full of sweat and the other guy told him not to worry. And then just that underwater feeling. That was so heavy and just so. Oh, it left such a good impression. I loved it. And then them getting the Indominus Rex bone. First of all, when I saw the skull of the Indominus, it's the skull of its head. Wait, yeah, okay, the skull is just the head, isn't it? When I saw its head skull, let's just say it like that, I was instantly thinking, okay, yeah, this is the water area, this must be the mosasaur. That was so stupid of me. But then how those devices moved underwater and the sounds they made, I loved it. That's so in detail, but whatever, you know? You don't have to watch this. Maybe I should put like time stamps to where I talk about what. I don't know. And then, but I just, when they said, yeah, nothing's gonna be alive down here, it's been 3 years, and I just instantly thought, well, now that you've said it, there's gonna be a mosasaur. I was so looking for little fishies in that area, just to prove them wrong. Because I mean, a mosasaur wouldn't eat like super tiny fishies or crabs, but oh, it just looks so awesome. But yeah, and then that package with the bone going up, and then the lightning, and you see the silhouette of the mosasaur. It was so awesome. Oh. And then when they move away from that area, and you first see that giant shadow, and then you think, yeah, well, I don't know. I just first thought that'd be like some eye close up, like Jurassic Park 1, the car with the kids in it, and then the T-Rex goes real close, and the pupil changes, and all that jazz. And I really thought that was gonna happen, and then you see that giant mouth, and oh, that was lovely. And then the scenery on the island. First of all, yeah, going back to the surface, and then you have that, yeah, easily 20 miles of Costa Rica. Is it 20? I think it was. Either it's 20 or 120. I'm pretty sure it has 20 in it. And then it's all stormy and weathery, and you get like the first shot at the old park, destroyed as it is, and oh! And then you see the helicopter with the dude, and all is so destroyed, and it really reminded me of Jurassic Park 1, and I think they kind of wanted that, to remind you of that. You know, like the scene where they get the raptors in, I think, into the paddock cage thingy. Yeah, I think that's what they're doing there. I never really understood that, if I'm honest. Yeah, and then, I don't know, I mean, it was, I kind of had a bad feeling for that guy being so far away from the helicopter, already. But then, how they did that, oh my god. And, just those lightning shots, and then you see the then you see the T-Rex for a split second, and then it's gone again, and then it slowly comes out of the trees, and then you see the trees moving and cracking before that. That's just so awesome, and it's such a nice opening scene. It's lovely. I just love it. I really just love it. And then because it was. I am so happy that guy didn't just get eaten and then the helicopter drove off, because honestly I didn't have much more expectations to that scene. I thought like, wow, we're gonna get those cool short shots of the T-Rex behind that building where that guy stands at, and then he's gonna get eaten and that's it. But him actually managing to outrun the T-Rex, and then the T-Rex getting stopped by the car, having to lift it up with its head. That like having a reason why the T-Rex would slow down, enough for the guy to actually run off the ladder a little further, and then the T-Rex actually catching the ladder and then wanting to cut it off, but then the other guy holds that other guy's hands away to like not let him cut the ladder off straight away, and then the helicopter shakes with the T-Rex and everybody fears for their lives, and then those close-ups of the T-Rex in the rain with that flashlight on its head, and oh. I'm such a nerd. Anyway, and I just love that Rexy didn't get him. I don't know. It's so satisfying to see Rexy not just eat somebody straight up anyway. I mean, she didn't do that with Ellie Sattler, Jeff Goldblum, wasn't Muldoon with them there? And they pick up Ian from where the T-Rex broke out. Yeah, well, they escaped Rexy there as well, but I just expected that guy to not have a chance at all. I mean, it was obvious that the mosasaur was gonna jump out and eat him, like that guy ate the nanny. But still, it just looks so awesome. And how far the mosasaur jumped! That was so good. And then when it bit the guy off the parts of the ladder, the helicopter like tilted a little again, and I love that detail so much. So yeah, what do we have next? I don't remember the rest of the movie. Goodbye. I don't know. I just need something to drink. Mm. Right, I think straight after that we get our very typical close-up, very Jurassic World 1 typical close-up of Claire Deering. How she has got like the coffee and one arm and her mobile and like the other. I don't know. I found like it was a little over the top to just do the same scene again with the cheaper clothing, cheaper elevator, excuse me, and all that. No, that wasn't what was what was next. Ah, yeah, okay, sorry, I fucked up entirely. Next we get the shot of Isla Nublar, and like the clouds above the volcano and all that. And then we get the news. CinemaSins will strongly criticize that. I mean, like, that's like so much narrating. Like, yeah, right. You get the news there. I don't have much to criticize about that or say anything good about it. I was extremely shocked when I first found out that they were gonna have a volcano erupt on that island, because obviously that's just gonna devastate all life on there, and I really don't like that. I gotta say, I'm really not happy with the island being fucked up, because I was just so happy with there being like a space where the dinosaurs can live in peace without actually being harmed by humans at all. Like, I felt like the Jurassic World quadrilogy, you'd call that, was just complete by the dinosaurs living there in peace by themselves. So I think that I was really unhappy with finding out that. So yeah, we got those BBC shots. One thing you probably didn't notice, but if you watch it again, there were like subtitles. Yeah, climate change. Someone predicts that it's gonna get worse in the next 1,000 years or something. And then there's like, U.S. president doubts the existence of dinosaurs. And I just loved that reference to Trump and his doubting of the climate change and all that. Nobody else in the cinema watched it. I watched it in German once, and I watched it in English. When I watched it in German, I figured, yeah, okay, people aren't that fast in translating the English thing at the bottom because they're listening to the German video at the top. But nobody in the English version was like, either. Maybe they just didn't say anything. Who knows? but I really like that. And then we've got Jeff Goldblum's appearance. In the German version of the movie, they had a different synchrone speaker. No, that's the German palabra. Give me a second, my throat is real sore. Excuse me. I've been talking about the movie a lot today. So yeah, I was really expecting Ian Malcolm's voice in German, and that was a huge letdown. And in the German version, I did not understand anything of what he said. He said some stuff, yeah, like, okay, we humans did some bad stuff, and then he said cataclysm. And my mind just hung up on cataclysm. Because he didn't say it like he did in the English version, where you could figure out what it meant out of the context. He just threw it in, yeah, this is a cataclysm. It was like, cataclysm, what could that mean? Do you know that from any language? And then I missed like the rest of his speech entirely, because he said that one word that I didn't understand, and it just confused me so much that I didn't understand anything. Yeah. In the English version, I must say that I didn't have that feeling. There I got the feeling that cataclysmic meant something that like one object that then grows to something much bigger and more dangerous. Something like that. I still haven't looked up what it actually means. So, I didn't want my thinking of what cataclysm would mean. I didn't want that influenced by Google Translate now. I could just do that right now, but I'm too lazy. Whatever. So yeah, and in English I actually understood what he said, even though it's not my native language. And his voice, I just love Jeff Goldblum's voice, and I don't know, he speaks in a very special way, and I really appreciate that about him. So that was really nice. I do not feel like there was too much or too little of him, because I feel like our newer characters basically just fit in better with the action, because Ian has had all the stunts already, and now him looking as old as he is, he looks real good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he looks like some old weirdo. He looks real good, but I feel like because he does look old, it suits him better to just hold a speech. It's really hard to say what I mean with that. But what I do think is that all the old Jurassic Park lovers, and all those that have seen the first or second movie, or both, they all know Ian. They all know what role he had. They all know what importance he had. They all know he's cool, basically. And that's why I feel like he didn't have too little screen time, because everybody that is new to this franchise, and for example watches Fallen Kingdom as the first of the Jurassic Park movies, which I really wouldn't recommend, to be honest, then you have some weird random someone that seems like a politician, who likes to hear politicians talk, apart from themselves, obviously. Maybe they don't, actually. Maybe they just do it for the money anyway. Who knows? But yeah, then you have some weird old politician talking real mathematic and real predictive and real, yeah, I told you what you did was wrong from the very start. Then you have that sort of person talking, and you don't really get a connection to him at all. I don't know. I didn't even feel like I had a connection to him, and I've watched all the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World numerous times. So yeah, I think his role was very fun, and I'm gonna get to him what he did at the end. And yeah. So yeah, Claire, I've talked about the yeah, I've talked about her introduction. Excuse me. Then introducing the new characters, Sia and Frank. I do not like them at all. I'm sorry for all of you that like them, but I just really didn't. Sia, when I first saw her, I don't know, she just... I just didn't feel any connection to her, and I just disliked her from the very first moment that I saw her. Maybe I was just being biased by not liking yellow t-shirts. Who knows? That's why I didn't like Dennis Nedry. No, he didn't wear that raincoat at the very beginning. What am I talking? Maybe yellow is the color of evil, because that military guy wore. Well, either it was beige or it was camouflage, or it's very unlikely that it was yellow. Whatever. I don't know. I just didn't like her. And then she was some paleo veterinarian, and I don't feel like that's a realistic job to have either, especially if you have never gotten in contact with dinosaurs, because a veterinarian is like an animal doctor, isn't it? I mean, for normal animals without the paleo. And then, why would you study that stuff? I mean, I guess maybe she studied it to work at the park later on? But then, wouldn't you just go study something else when you hear that all the animals are gonna go extinct? Because you're just gonna have qualifications for fucking nothing once they go extinct as a paleo veterinarian. I don't know. I just really didn't like her. I'm not gonna rant on about her anymore. I'm doing way too much ranting in this video anyway. My throat is gonna kill me. And then Frank, I don't know, I just really didn't like him either. I think the screaming kid couple, well, not couple, but two people, that sort of trend would have worked better. Not necessary. I don't know. I feel like those two characters were just really unnecessary. I mean, okay, you needed to see it in order to help Blue out, because if it had been anyone else that the main characters didn't know, they would have called the big bad military guy and not let them help and all that. But yeah, I feel like Frank didn't really need to be there that much. For example, when you get to that sort of building with a lot of computers in it, and maybe it's the Suchomimus. Nah, probably not. I would have stick to the Jurassic World Alive look, wouldn't I have? Oh, the other way around. I don't know what it was, and that bothers me so much. But yeah, I feel like, okay, he did his cable wiring and all that stuff, but then afterwards he didn't do anything anymore. So he could have just easily been eaten by that guy. Well, okay, in the Jurassic Park franchise, Eddie Carr is the only nice person that ever really got eaten. But Frank could have just easily been eaten. I wouldn't have given a shit. A bunch of people probably would have. But then you have that scene with the fucking Brachiosaur. Why would I care about some fucking random dude getting more than a fucking Brachiosaur? Anyway, we'll get to that in a bit. Yeah, didn't like him, felt like he was unnecessary. Done with that. Right. Then we see, well, then we hear Claire have that call with Lockwood's secretary, Iris, and then the TV news, and then we see her driving to the Lockwood Manor, and I find it kind of weird how Claire looked like she was flirting with Mills, and the name Eli really irritated me as well. That's probably racist to whatever culture has that name, but I don't know. It's just so, I feel like most other names are really easy to remember, like Zach, Ray, Owen, Claire, Maisie. I don't know what is that a name? I have no idea how to spell it. But yeah, Eli. I don't know. It just reminds me of Eli out of League of Legends. Whatever. But I find it weird how those two. How she was. I don't know. I just felt like she was flirting with him. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I felt like the scenes in the manor then were perfectly fine. Using Maisie was fine too. There again, I found like the German version was just really weird, and the English version worked much better. That was just my impression, though, nothing that I can state on. It was mainly the voice lines, I guess, because nothing else changed. What am I talking? Obviously, it was the voice lines. I'm so dying. Throw it, please. Don't give up just yet. Don't you give up, no, no, no. Don't you give up, but we must talk now. We. Right, I found Lockwood as some really nice guy. And I think he did this job real well. Yeah. I really liked that manor and all the skeletons. It was beautiful. Yeah. Nothing more to say about that. Then Claire goes to Owen, and then you have basically the replica of how she went to Owen in the first movie. And I think that's just too much deja vu right there. I just don't think it's appropriate. And And then she shouts at him and he doesn't respond, and then he weirdly just sings, "I still love you." And that seems very off to me too. I feel like he just created those lyrics right there into the song because he wanted to say that anyway. Or it's just way too convenient for the lyrics to be like that. Cinema Sans would say. I criticize movies like that so often now, since I've seen a lot of his videos. Yeah, but then, I don't know. There's not much else to say in about that scene because they don't really talk much more anymore, and that's like half a minute, isn't it? And then the bar, Claire's laughter. I was so irritated when I heard it in German. Well, when I heard it in English, I knew what was coming. But yeah, okay. There again, the whole talking about who left who. I feel like that was a tiny bit unnecessary, but obviously. I feel like they did need to talk about something else before talking about going to the island, so, well, that fit. In German, I did not understand a thing of what they were saying. I think I just had like, oh yeah, they're discussing about who left who. Well, I'm just gonna turn my brain off now because I don't give a fuck. And in English, I didn't really have that. I don't know, I felt more connected to it. Maybe that was just because I knew what they were going to talk about and I was mentally prepared for it. And my expectations to seeing the movie the first time were entirely different anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I guess the first impression is quite important too, though. So yeah, first impression of that was not good. Yeah. Then you have them talk, and I really like that Owen just says no to that Owen says no to everything. Yeah, you raised Blue, you gonna let her die? Yeah. I'm glad that wasn't a desperate attempt of comedy or anything. And yeah. And then the next scene should be Sia and Frank in front of the plane when Claire enters. Yeah, I've got a friend of mine has a drone bigger than this plane. That was one of the good comedy attempts. Comedy lines in the movie. I think the comedy just came way too short, and what was there wasn't really good. Right, then they get in the plane. Owen being in the back, having slept there or whatever, was obvious, obviously. It was obviously obvious, yeah, but whatever, that was perfectly fine. I just liked the way he moved up. That's weird of mine. Well, whatever. And then them introducing all each other, but then Frank's line, yeah, we're not compatible. He didn't say it like that. And all the previous talk in between Frank and Owen, and they didn't even greet each other. Like Sia was yeah hi, was like yeah hi, and Frank was excuse me. He just didn't even say hi. Obviously, you'd say hi to everyone new you meet. I would. Not on the streets though. Like when there's a lot of people, you know. But in such a closed area, and then there's like fucking 4 people, and you've introduced yourself to 2, and then the other left people. That's just weird. But yeah, then we have that weird compatible line. I don't know what the first shots of the island are then. Yeah, okay, we get the we see the plane fly into Isla Nublar, and then we see it fly around a bit. We don't actually get to see land, do we? I think so. I'm actually not sure about the order of things. Either we saw the Brachiosaurus first or we entered the room. Probably seeing the Brachiosaurus. So yeah, then they drive to the like destroyed center place of Jurassic World. Wait, was the jungle? Yeah, you see a bit of jungle stuff with some nice sweet compuscinatus. No, wait. First they land somewhere on the island. Then you see the cars driving around on, like, actual, sort of wildness towards the center. Yeah, okay. And then they arrive there. Let's just skip on to the Brachiosaurus scene. Whatever. I feel it nice that they brought back the Brachiosaurus from... well, it obviously is a deja vu to Jurassic Park 1, when everyone saw their first dinosaur and everyone was astonished. Yeah, I really like that. I feel like Sia wasn't really acting enough there. She was like, oh, I'm so impressed. Yeah, cool, let's move on. I don't know. I just felt like that was the way it was. Don't think there's much else to say about that. Then they get to the computer room. Claire gets to put a hand on it. I really liked how Frank did that. He did a really loud noise with that, and I don't know. It just kind of caught the viewers. Yeah, the viewers' attention too. I think. I don't know. I really like that for some reason. It's stupid attention to detail, I guess. Then you track Blue onto tracking number is D9. Denying access to the one animal that refuses to be captured. Theories. No. Just no. Yeah, and then we just get to see the truck move towards Blue, and then Owen gets out, approaches Blue. I really like that there's first, like, the Comsgnathus is jumping around, and then you get Blue hop into the car. And then that she's wild at first, and you basically see her prepare to jump at Owen, but then he has that pen that clicks, and I really like that they brought that back. I mean, it's not really hard to bring that back. You just need a clicking pen, and if it doesn't, you just need a pen that looks like that, and you can just add. Obviously, they'd after add the clicking effects. I'm stupid. But yeah, that was real nice, I think. And then I think always touching the dinosaurs is just a little over the top, but obviously that's what would expect humans to do. Like Ian Malcolm said, it's too close, too close. No, she touches it. She can't just see, she has to touch it. Something like that. Yeah, and then, I don't know, I guess it was obvious that the military was gonna not obey what Owen said. And, I don't know, I found it quite realistic and really upsetting, but that's what the movie wants you to feel, so that's just good. I found it so surprising that they actually shot Owen. I thought he had gotten shot in the heart first. Shot in the heart! And you're too blind, it's 'cause you get love. Bad man. I don't like the original lyrics, whatever. Yeah, but I found that really surprising that happened. Then I think the whole Sia scene, yeah, I'm so important because I can help this dinosaur. Please don't kill me. No, I'm just aiming with you at a weapon so I look like a threat to you. The very start. I mean, you're like 20 armed men, but I'm just gonna aim a weapon at one of you, so I'll just die. I don't know. And I think that was a little stressed out, too much stuff. Then I think that's when we... Yeah, that's when we go back to... No, there must have been a scene in between that, because there's like the computer room, and then afterwards... Okay, maybe there's some scenes at the computer room first, and then you see Owen like try to get away from the lava as fast as he can. There's not much to criticize about that anyway, apart from that I think that Owen, Chris Pratt acted that real well with trying to get away from the lava with like paralyzed limbs. I like that a lot. And then you see Claire and Frank not getting out of there. And then there's some bad humor in there, I think, as well. Yeah, I really like that unknown dinosaur. I really like that there was like just a new one basically that no one knew how to name, apart from the real good fans. I'm not a real good fan. Yeah, but I really like that came through that tunnel, tried its best to escape. I do like that about the chair, so as that didn't look as fluent. I'm happy that the lava hurt it, so it got scared because it's an animal. That's what lava would do to it. And I really think Frank should have just died there. He had no more use after that. He could have easily gotten eaten when he climbs up the ladder and then he goes down the let's just call it the Suchomimus. I don't know what it actually is, but I'm just going to call it the Suchomimus. I don't know, let's call it Baryonyx because that's easier to say. When the ladder could go down and then fall down with him, sort of. Well, not fall down, but just go down, you know how that ladder works. And then the Baryonyx just launches forward and like picks him off the ladder and starts eating him, and then Claire's like and then she because of an adrenaline rush she gets to that, she manages to turn that wheel the top around. I mean, I know it wouldn't have worked with the gyrosphere and there only being 2 spots in it afterwards if that guy didn't survive. I mean, the scenes wouldn't have worked like they did, but oh well. He's just ballast. That's an English word. Right. And they get out, Owen comes running, shouts, "Run!" Which is really necessary since the lava is like literally right next to out of where they came from. I am so unhappy they just left the Baryonyx to die down there and like turned the wheel around. They had an animal of the same race with the helicopters flying to the ship boat shortly after though. So I wonder if they were trying to hint at that animal being rescued. But I mean that's literally impossible. Why would they know there was one down there? I mean I don't know, maybe they're tracking. No, the lava was gonna be over that shortly anyway. So there was no way they could have saved that one. So it was already a little sad that that Baryonyx or whatever it was died. So yeah. And then they just run with a lot of animals. I felt so sad seeing all those poor defenseless dinosaurs run away from the lava, the volcano eruption. It just felt so apocalyptic, and I just didn't like it because I was so happy for the dinosaurs to live on that island, and then seeing basically paradise eaten, being destroyed by that volcano just made me really sad. So yeah, then they hide behind the gyrosphere. That's all cool. Then the Carnotaur comes. I was really confused with the scenes with the Carnotaur, and yeah, well, now we're at this picture. We're making progress. This video is gonna be like 1 hour 40 long. 1 hour 43, I'm calling it. The Carnotaur comes and stands like here, and Owen is like here. And the Carnotaur just doesn't see him, smell him, anything. And I mean, I don't know if they were trying to hint at the Carnotaur having the same sort of way his eyes work like Rexy. as in not being able to see something that doesn't move. And I don't know, I just felt like it was some awkward moments where Chris Owen could have easily been eaten by the Carnotaur. And the Carnotaur just weirdly decides to attack an... Was it an Inocosaurus? Well, it was a Ceropod. I have no idea if I'm saying those names right. I don't even know the German words, actually. It's like 2 a.m. after I've watched the movie the second time, so I don't know. But then, yeah, I don't know, it just weirdly starts attacking that wannabe Triceratops, let's call it like that. And then it just tries to bite its shield. I mean, you've lived with those animals, Mr. Dear Mr. Carnotaur. Wouldn't you know that that's like armor? It's like no point biting at it. And then it sort of kicks it with its feet, and I don't know. When the Carnotaur falls down, it like punches, it like kicks it with its left feet on the face. That was kind of weird. And then how it got up again so fast, even though I don't know if those things had such good balance to get up that fast again. And then obviously Rexy had to move in and like help the protagonists, because why not? Let's bring back the Jurassic Park 1 memories. I don't know. I'm really sad the Carnotaur got killed there. Carnotaurs are my favorite dinosaurs. I'm not lying, am I? No, I think they are my favorite dinosaurs because of Disney dinosaurs. They even have the same coloring as that. I was so happy when I saw the coloring. I was like, Mama, that's a Carnotaur! A Carnotaur! She was like, what's that? I was like, ah, cool. I'm the only geek in my family. Fine. Yeah. And then, Owen runs along. I don't get where that second gyrosphere... There was no second gyrosphere. I'm certain of it. It's so easy to miss some details, though. It's weird that they went for the cost. The picture would have been perfectly fine without a second gyrosphere, I think. I think. Did I just say that? I meant to say I think. And then, yeah, Owen and the hamster ball running alongside, and then you get some shots of an Allosaur who just like roars at the thing and then gets struck by a volcano comet thingy. I don't know what it's called. I don't know. That was a weird shot. And then I just get so sad when they all get to the end of the cliff and the dinosaurs have nowhere to go and they just all fall down into the water and end up dying there. And it's just I hate it. It's just so tragic and sad that all these poor animals have to die. I mean, obviously it's nature and that's how nature goes, but it's a movie, and this movie's way too sad in my opinion. I am not happy with how tragic it is. I mean, okay, the new producer dude, that J.A. Bayona or whatever he's called, the guy from Catalonia, he has made horror and drama movies thus far, and this movie was extremely dramatic. Yeah. So I was really unhappy with that cliff scene and then everything just dying, because where would it swim? If it could even swim. I don't think many of those dinosaurs have a lot of swimming practice. Where would they have it from? And then you get the hamster ball underwater scene. I think they filmed that real well. They had like some real nice angles and it looked very convincing. And it made me think of how easy it is to panic underwater. I've panicked underwater like bunch of times. That's exaggerated, but I've panicked underwater before, and being in such a small cage where you can't get out straight away, then that was just horror. So I felt with I felt a strong emotional connection to them there as well. And then obviously they were finally going to manage to get out. Frank should have drowned. And yeah, I think that's a really nice scene. Of all, I'm starting to sound much more tired, and my voice is starting to crack a lot more. That's not because I like this movie scene less. It's just because I'm dying to talk to you. Huh. Right, that was not that good of a pun. What am I laughing at? Excuse me. I should make movies of all the Digimon movies, but I wouldn't have the first impression then. Anyway, right, then they are on the beach. Claire gets mad. Oh, it was all a lie. Oh. Then that's that. And then you see the volcano erupting again. I think then we go back to Macy and her uncle, and you hear that. Oh yeah, that scene you see the T-Rex being carried away as well. I really hate seeing Rexy caged. I really hate it. She didn't even walk properly. No, that was very appropriate, the way she rode there. The way. Yeah, then we go back to Lockwood Manor, and Macy overhears that conversation between the businessman and the other dude, and then she like tells her like, one second. And then she tells her grandpa about it. It's weird that it's way past her bedtime then. Because, I mean, since they get the dinosaurs to the Lockwood Manor, like, real fast, then the Lockwood Manor can't be too far away from Isla Nublar. Like, I don't think it would be far away time zone wise. So in one shot it's like pretty bright, and then it's just way past her bedtime. Maybe she needs to go to sleep at 6 a.m. Wait, what? 6 p.m. Who knows? Right. Then we have Owen looking through his glass, and then they're like, "Oh no, they captured Sia. Well, who gives a fuck?" Ugh. And then poor Blue. She just looked real poor there. Yeah, and then they decide they have to capture them. The volcano does noises and volcano things, and then they run, do their best to get to the truck. Then I really like how Frank has problems walking. No, something hit barrels next to him and on explosions, and then he fell down. It's not problems walking as much as I would like that. He stumbled before that though. Could show you that. And then I really like how how he told Claire to start the truck, because that's the only sensible thing to do just then. But I wouldn't have thought of it. That's why I like it. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, but I really like that scene, and then I felt like the truck, you know, like the wheels not completely being on the ship after they had to jump on it. That really reminded me of Jurassic Park 2, and how they, like, the whole truck was shaken by that. Yeah, that just reminded me of that. Probably because there was so much emphasis on the truck's wheels in Jurassic Park 2. And then, yeah, then they made that. Then you see... Yeah, then everyone's relieved. And then you have the Brachiosaurus scene. I gotta say, I hate that scene. It is well made, yes, but it is so dramatic and so fucking sad. Like, why would you put that in the movie? That was such a... It's like Biona digged like a fucking crater to the fucking center of the earth. And then you just were thrown into that with that scene. It was so dramatic, so sad. It's not like the only connection you would have had with the Brachiosaur was the Brachiosaur from Jurassic Park 1. No, you had seen a Brachiosaur early on in this movie that everybody liked, and they were like, ah, what a beautiful thing. And then you see that thing die so brutally. It's bad enough that all the dinosaurs on the island have to die like that. That's a terrible thing. They have no choice. They are defenseless. They just get extinct because the fucking volcano decides to do so. Oh, fucking JMI decides to do so. I'm not actually sure the first letters on his name. Sorry. And then you have that overly dramatic scene with the Brachiosaur just trying to come off the ship, although that's just human thinking. I don't think a Brachiosaur would actually do that. I mean, moving away from the volcano, of course, but why would he go after the ship? Why would he think there's help from there? That would be like he realized that a bunch of other dinosaurs are on the ship. And why would he realize that? Unless he's watched them secretly, but then he could have easily gone onto the ship. But yeah, just him walking along the deck and then going up like the Brachiosaur in Jurassic Park 1. It was just way too fucking sad, and it just broke my heart. And then I was just I just felt so sad for like most of the rest of the movie, and I was just so, I don't know, I was just so unhappy from that point on, because it was so dramatic and so sad, and the poor thing. And I cried a lot there. I was really upset with all the dinosaurs dying before that already and having no choice and whatever. And that shook me up a bit emotionally. And then that Brachiosaur, that was... I am very unhappy that that scene was in the movie. And I've heard some people say, including my mother, that they do not want to watch the movie again because they know that scene is in there. And that scene to be so dramatic that you don't want to watch the entire movie because of it. That's just intense. The first time I watched the movie, when I was like, I don't know, just more vulnerable emotionally. It just, I don't know, it made me think that the whole movie was nothing but sadness. Now the second time that I've watched it, I was prepared for the scene and everything, but seeing that for the first time, it just fucking crushed me. That scene is not, it shouldn't be in there, not that immense. Obviously, he got what he wanted. He showed us how terrible it is for all those animals to go extinct yet again. But no, that was too much. I mean, this film is like, what, rated 12 PG? And then you have such a scarring moment in it that every fucking child will remember until they grow 30 and they'll still be sad about it. Basically. Okay, that sounds exaggerated the way I said it, but that was just too much. So yeah, moving on. I really like Claire. Oh, I'm waking up in 4.5 hours. Nice. I really like how Claire really manages to show emotion. I am kind of weirded out that Owen doesn't show emotions unless it's happy emotions. But yeah, whatever. Alright. Then, I don't know what we have next. Might just be something with the Lockwood Man again. Nah, probably not. Sorry, I've watched it 2 times, and the last time was like, it ended like 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 hours ago. I'm unsure again what happened next. God damn it. So yeah, then you're all in that truck with Blue. And oh yeah, wait. Doesn't Macy tap in the code 7337 into that field, goes down into the lab, and then discovers the recordings of Owen and Blue? Yeah. I'm really happy they put those recordings in, because, I mean, they felt forced, that yes, but I think they were really necessary to actually, because Owen didn't really show much emotion towards Blue at all. Like, when they saved her, Claire had a tear running down her face, and it looked like he just smiled at that and not at Blue being cured, basically. I don't know. It was weird, but I'm glad they showed that he actually feels something towards Blue. And the others too. And I really liked finding out about how Blue is different from the other dinosaurs and raptors. For example, with showing weakness, and then Delta jumps into the arm and wants to fight him, and Blue tries to like help him or is worried for him. I really like that. And then at the same time you see him worrying about her that much. That's real sweet. And then the scene with the T-Rex blood. I love it. I gotta say the close-ups of dinosaurs in this movie were real good. I've heard that they used animatronics again, apart from just CGI. That probably helped that a lot. But those close-ups were intensely good. I really love them. I'm gonna talk as long as the movie is. Well, the way I do it is a lot cheaper than what Spielberg, Trevorrow, and Bayona did. Right, and then getting on top of the T-Rex like rodeo. Rodeo? I don't know how it's said. I found that really cool. I do like that Claire gave in that easily, basically. I found like it was a little built up too weirdly when they say like 1, 2, 3, and then they hammer that instrument into the T-Rex. That's, I don't know, with the music building up that 1, 2, 3 as well. I felt like I was a little exaggerated, but otherwise those close-ups, awesome. There was also some terrible comedy bow in there with thumbs up, I'm okay, thingy, but yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna talk about the bad comedy. I just think that was not really any good one. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say to that. Which Jurassic World 1 definitely had. But I'm not gonna go comparing movies a lot. So yeah, that scene was awesome. And then the T-Rex waking up, the door being closed and all. I just loved it, because you felt the power that it had. Scratching its, its finger claws, hand claws against the wall, and then like screwing up the metal there, and then just it just really felt like there was so much power in it. You really get that feeling. Oh, I really get that feeling. Maybe you did. I really like that. Owen's jump through the T-Rex's mouth was very unrealistic, that's for sure. And I don't know, it happened so fast, and I felt like the T-Rex wasn't gonna be able to open his mouth far enough in order for him to be able to jump out. And I don't know, it just was way too fast, and then it just didn't. I don't know. I expected him to like do a roll after jumping through there, anything, but I don't know. It just looked unnatural to me. Maybe if I watched the scene again, or until I actually understood what was happening, it wouldn't look weird to me. But the way he did it was like, it looked really weird to me. Yeah. Then they save Blue, which I really like. Yeah, obviously. Blue is such a beautiful thing. And then you obviously have that deep connection to Blue. Excuse me. Which I think is created very well by the baby clips of Blue and all you know about her, and her being sort of the dinosaur star of the series anyway. And yeah, I'm happy with that. Then they have to hide. Then Frank gets told to help with the ship. Then he just entirely disappears. Oh, he gets a moment later on. Yeah. Then he makes a little bit of sense later on again. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, and then I'm probably forgetting something again. But yeah, then they probably move out with the trucks and go onto the mainland. That's not how that's called. Festland. Well, the continent, basically. They're not all on the boat anymore. And then arrive to the Lockwood Manor. And then that one guy realizes they're there. And then they get imprisoned. At the same time, Lockwood tells Mills that he knows of what he's done, and then Mills murders Lockwood. I'm sorry if summing stuff up like this is annoying you. I just kind of need it in order to be able to think about what happens in what order. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. And then I think that weird blonde short guy, he so looked like a villain. I think he acted real well. I felt so uneasy looking at him. Good job to that actor. And then that blonde guy, I never really got his name at all. That's kind of weird. Maybe it just wasn't important enough. Who knows? 1 second. Aha! Kadama? Am I still recording? I hope so. Kadama. Right, yeah, then they talk, and then that guy convinces that guy. And then, yeah, he tells them they're on the way. And then I think Mills, I'm probably messing up the order of things, but Mills definitely talks to Wu at some point, Henry Wu, Dr. Henry Wu at some point, and then they talk about how the Indoraptor is a prototype, and Blue's DNA still misses. I wonder why they even made the prototype already. I mean, I guess showed off, but obviously people would want to buy it if it's the best out of all the dinosaurs they have. Also, I find it really weird that the Indoraptor didn't have camouflage skills or like Ankylosaurus type of armor. And yeah, then they're down in the basement there, and Macy gets tapped on the tapped on the shoulder. I really thought the Indoraptor was gonna do that, but like touched her hair a tiny bit, and then she noticed that it was there. And then she screams, and that one guy's mad at her, locks her in her room. And then I think then you see Owen and Claire in prison. I don't know, the talk they do there, whose fault it is, and all that kind of works fine. And all, then the auction begins. I'm really happy with the auction. I think it's like the ambience, the atmosphere is set really well, and I'm surprised that guy sells for so little money though. I mean, those guys, I think some of those guys represent like governments, and governments have a lot of money. Like, I'm sure they'd easily be able to pay like 500 million for a dinosaur. I mean, it's something entirely new that nobody ever had for anything. And if you can, what's it called? Weaponize those dinosaurs, then you're better than any other government if you get them. So I don't know. I think that they'd have a lot more money for that. But yeah, I really liked how they presented the dinosaurs. I think the script on that was written pretty well. I really liked how the Sticky Moloch Steamolog. Well, the thing that looks like a Pachycephalosaurus but has horns around its neck. I really liked how that made them break free. And that was some good part of comedy, how it hit that metal thingy, and then was all dizzy and ooh. I really like that. And yeah, then they walk around, then they look at the Indoraptor, then no, wait, when they have Macy already when they look at the Indoraptor. So wait, then they look around, and then they see Macy, right? And then when they convince Macy to come with them, I think that's just so weird. I had the feeling like they were people that like enslaved children and sold them in Afghanistan or something. I felt like they were those children sellers or something. That was so weird. And then, yeah, you want another friend, don't you? We could use another friend too. That was just so creepy and it sounded so off. I was really not happy with that scene, and Macy she just saw her grandfather being, she just figured out that her grandfather was brutally murdered, and then she's like, I mean, she's seen both those people before, but then she's like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you all about Blue, and then she's like, oh, I love you! I mean, that's so unrealistic. You'd be shocked, you'd be traumatized. You wouldn't just trust the first random stranger that you run against. Yeah, whatever. Then definitely they go around with Macy. I think they see the auction first then. Or do they see... No, I think they see Mills before that. Then he wants to convince Macy to come with him, but I don't get why he wanted her to. Did he just want her as the heritage of all the money Lockwood has or something? I don't know. Obviously she wouldn't give him it. Then that's so weird, and then he just drops that bomb of, yeah, well, you're a clone, duh. And I don't know. With the picture before of her mother and the much younger Iris, I don't know. That confused me a lot. I didn't understand that at all. And then the your clone explained that, but I was still confused. And then I was like, yeah, do I care? Because I don't know. I'm not so interested in the moral aspects, the ethnic aspects of it. And I think human cloning, or cloning in general, just isn't so interesting anymore when you have the power to actually create dinosaurs. I don't know, I feel like it just came off a little weak in comparison to the actual dinosaurs. Yeah, so I wasn't really impressed by that at all. Don't know. Yeah. That's that. And then I think is when they hide in the Lockwood Manor around that trike skull from the Indoraptor. And then they end up running away from the Indoraptor. I think that's all well made. Yeah. About that scene where the Indoraptor plays unconscious with that military guy, which was before. I felt like it was very predictable that A, that guy was gonna die, B, the Indoraptor was only pretending to be asleep, and yeah, that's all actually. But I find that stupid. Why would it move its tail up? I mean, if its teeth were so hard to get anyway, because I'm sure that they were like genetically modified to be better than, for example, the stegosaur teeth, then why would it even move its tail up? It didn't need to distract it, now did it? And then it smirked. Like, no. it's a fucking beast. It's not a human. Don't make the beast look human. But yeah, okay, back to the Lockwood Manor, and then they escape, and I feel like, I really like that the Indoraptor had that sound with it, like that really, high-pitched sound that made you feel really uneasy. Because it just made me think that, yeah, okay, you can have something like that, and then you can evolve it a little further and make it so as it paralyzes everything around it. Because, I mean, that would be super good for a killing machine. And yeah, that I really liked. I'm unsure about the next scenes. Right. Because it's up there, and then they end up hiding, at those big showcases of where the dinosaurs, the model dinosaurs are in. And then they run around there, then they turn the light off, then Frank turns the light back on. Yeah, that's basically all that happens there. Then the Indoraptor breaks the glass, Macy escapes, Claire gets stabbed, sort of, in her leg. I really liked, how, Bryce Dallas, the actor of Claire Deering, acted that actually having a claw go through her thigh. I really think that she did that real well. I really, yeah. I really think she did that well. Oh well, she did that so well. Yeah, that's that. Nobody's gonna be watching at this point anyway. And then I like that the Indoraptor went after Maisie, because that made sense with how she screamed. I would definitely go after that too, probably. Force the dinosaur, bloodthirsty. I suppose he isn't really bloodthirsty, is he? I guess he is. Well, I mean, what his intentions weren't really clear. Because normally a dinosaur would kill to eat and not just kill everything on sight, but I guess maybe he grew up alone like the Indominus as well. And it was the scene of Claire and Owen parting, and then she's like, yeah, you must go, smooch. That's not gonna make it easier for him, dude. Just stop it. Your relationship hasn't evolved in any way, and it's not gone anymore. Just leave it be, okay? Yeah, and then Owen follows Maisie with that gun. And then you have those awesome scenes of the Indoraptor on top of the manor. I really love those. And then it's weird how the Indoraptor goes like upside down and opens the window like that. I don't know why it would know how to open a window. I see that in Jurassic Park 1. I'm sure they've copied the raptors saw humans open doors like that. But when would the Indoraptor have seen that? Like, I don't know any place where it could have seen that. And yeah, I don't know. It's weird how it got in there anyway from being upside down at the very start. I would love to try that. That could be dangerous, people. Yeah. But yeah, then you have some really weird scenes with the Indoraptor stretching out its arm over Macy, and then it just doesn't kill her because it likes her or something. I don't know, that was a really weird scene. That didn't make sense at all. I didn't like that. I didn't like the super long arm, because, I don't know, most of the time when it was walking around it didn't look like the arm was that long, and then all of a sudden it is. And then it just doesn't kill its prey because... Fuck, what it? I mean... Yes, it wasn't hungry after all. It just wants to hear a good night's story now. And then Owen comes in to save the day. Very obvious. I do like that his shots expire. I don't understand the behavior of the Indoraptor right after it's been shot, because, I don't know, first it acts wounded, and then it's like, yeah, not really, and then it's completely fine again, and then Blue comes in to save the day. I really like the action they had between the two dinosaurs. And then they go on to the rooftop, run away that way. The two dinosaurs kind of get smashed out of the window after them. No, Blue smashes the Indoraptor after them, sort of. Smashes it out of the window, and then it's pretty much goes after them. And then Blue just disappears entirely for a while. Although she threw the Indoraptor out of the window, so she should be fine enough to do that. Okay, Windows, thanks. You're interrupting my 2-hour-long video, shut up. And then you have that fight at the rooftop. I'm stuck on the rooftop, baby. I hate it. I hate that song so much. Yeah, that was all fine, I think. First of all, I was really worried the Indoraptor would have like glass in its foot skin, or in its hand claws, with the way it acted when it walked over that top of that. And then you have Owen and Maisie on the edge of that, and then Maisie just randomly slips or something, and it's overly dramatic for nothing really. I didn't like that. And then Claire saves them, and then for whatever reason she went to get that gun, and then she aims it at Owen, and he's like, yeah, that's fine, this'll work, I have a plan. And if I get away Maisie behind me, we definitely won't get hit. Yeah. That was stupid as all hell. I mean, I know that Claire saw how the weapon had been used earlier, but it's still absolute nonsense to aim it at Owen and he'd be fine with it, and then just dodge offensively enough and Maisie wouldn't get hurt at all, or even get involved at all. Yeah, I didn't like it. And then the Indoraptor's right above that trike skull, and then it clings up again like it's trying to stick onto the movie for as long as it can. And then you have Blue save the day, and then they fall real weirdly, and I so thought they were just gonna have those spikes go through both the Indoraptor and Blue, so as they would put an end to that. I don't know, I just really didn't expect them to let Blue live. But I guess they were scared of their fan base to burn down their houses or something. I wouldn't have been part of that at all. No. But yeah, where the Indoraptor falls is really convenient. And I'm actually really sad it had to die that way. And then you have that super awkward scene with Sia and Frank at the bottom saying, "You okay? Yeah, we good. You? Nope." It was just so boring, lame, anti-comedianic, anti-funny, and it just was a waste of screen time, really. Yeah. Then they all get down and all is good. No, not really. They say they have a problem downstairs, then they head down to the lab. And then it's like, well, those guys all dying. What do we do? Oh yeah, we let them die because we're so nice to them. And we didn't originally want to save the dinosaurs anyway. I don't know, I found it stupid that Claire releases all the dinosaurs just for them to be on one big pile. And then she's like, yeah, you can die on one big pile, I just cared about that. I think it just ruins her character a little, because first she's like cold hard businesswoman, and then she's like, and in this movie she's like, yeah, okay, I actually care for the animals that I mistreated earlier, and then she's like, okay, I have a choice. Well, I'll just do something sucky. I don't know. I'm really not happy about it. About the way she acted. And it was, I guess it added drama, but we didn't need drama there. We just needed something relieving. Relieving. No, relieving. Right. You know, relief. The adjective to that. And I get that Maisie had her super cool moment. Yeah, they deserve to live just like me. And I think that actor is so good. Like, she sounded so emotional. It was incredible, and she acted so well. Apart from when the script told her to act real weirdly and stupid. Yeah. And then I'm really happy that the dinosaurs all get out, but I would absolutely hate the movie so much if they just let all the dinosaurs die after they let the brachiosaur die like that. Yeah, then everyone gets out. Mills hides, everyone escapes into the forest. Then Mills goes out, and yeah, first of all, the T-Rex goes and catches him. And then the Carnotaur tries to contest, but the Carnotaur gets scared of the T-Rex and runs away in the end. Rexy lets out a very convincing, no, not convincing, a very typical roar, and she fucks off. I think then our beloved protagonists go down the stair, and then you have Blue, and Blue's like, nah, I'm not going to a cage, I don't want to go into a safe region, I'm a wild animal, screw you, Owen, you were like family to me, but I'm still a wild animal, please accept that. And I'm really happy that they let Blue go like that. But it's really weird, at the beginning of that scene, Blue was like limping, and then Owen talked to her, and she was just fine again. Maybe there was another plan for how the scene was supposed to be, but they changed it again then. I don't know. I really don't. And then I'm really happy that they let Blue go like that. And they're not like, well, you've acted like the protagonist's pet until now. Please stay and do everything he wants. So yeah. And then Blue boogers off. And then Maisie hugs Owen, and then we go back to Jeff Goldblum, aka Ian Malcolm, and he's like, yeah, well, we've done shit, now all the dinosaurs are free. Screw us. And then you see the scene with the mosasaur eating the surfer. That is awesome. That I just love how it looks. And then you see it's really weird how you see Maisie, Owen, and Claire driving along somewhere, and then you see 3 pteranodons to the left. I don't know what's up with that. That was kind of boring, weird-ass scene. And then you see Blue in like the deserts, and you know, I think the velociraptors were found in like some hot region in the USA, and I think it's a reference to that. But I found it real nice that, even if it's a coincidence, I think that's real nice that that's like that. And she basically got home to where her bones belong to, sort of. Yeah, and then Ian Malcolm rounds that up real well. I mean, I don't think his, no, we did that, now everything is bad was really necessary. I think the script just wasn't too nice to him. That it was nice to see him again, it was nice to hear him again. But then his final statement, yeah, well, dinosaurs inherit the earth. Welcome to Jurassic World. I always wanted to say that in a fancy way. I never realized that until now. Huh. And yeah. And that being the statement, then I think that's just awesome, because in Jurassic World you have the theme park called then, but then the actual world being the Jurassic World, because there's dinosaurs everywhere from then. I just love it. But it's stupid because it's stupid. It's annoying because the military can easily take down the few dinosaurs that are roaming free because they aren't going to be able to repopulate. It's not. It's now. It's not the problem that they are just all female, because that wasn't a problem anymore anyway with frog DNA that made them change gender. But if there's only one of a race like blue, then she's just gonna go extinct, because if there's no mate, how could there be eggs? Unless she like splits herself into like worms do. But I don't think that's possible. I don't know why I think that, but I just don't think any genetic code could allow a reptile to do that. Especially such a big reptile. Oh, well, I find that kind of stupid, but yeah. And at the end you have the pteranodons flying around though. I don't know what it was. When I first saw it, I thought it was the Eiffel Tower. I was so certain of that. And then today I watched it again, and it looked so different, and there was like a fountain right next to it, and I don't know. It just made me think of Washington for whatever reason. I don't know what monument was, but that was weird. Alright. I wanted to make this video because I saw Gaming Beaver's video on it, which was very well summed up. It was 30 minutes long, but it was interesting to the last minute. My video isn't, sadly. It's way longer as well. I don't know how long yet. I'm gonna see the shocking truth in a bit, though. I hope my audio didn't cut off midway. Oh no. And yeah, I don't know. I just really wanted to have my opinion, or my first opinion pretty much, on the movie out. I'm gonna get a lot more used to it, and yeah. I don't know. I think they should have added a bunch more happy moments, because the balance of not good and good is just like 3-to-1. So you've got like Extinction, Brachiosaur, and okay, let's just say 2-to-1. Extinction, Brachiosaur to dinos actually get out of that lab where the cages were, you know. I don't know. I think they should have adjusted that a little more, but yeah. Now this was all just my opinion. Please don't hate me for it. I don't hate myself for it, so you shouldn't either. That's such a weird thing to say, isn't it? I'm gonna have no throat anymore tomorrow because of you. Because of you, I don't have a throat anymore. What have you done? You didn't even motivate to make me to make this. Oh, no, wait. Whatever. It's fucking 3 AM now. I've talked for at least an hour. Holy fuck, huh? Well, yeah. Overall, I think it's sort of like Jurassic Park 3, that you're like not happy at first with the product, but it's the only product you'll get for the 5th movie, basically. They won't remake the 5th movie because they think it wasn't good enough. That's what I'm trying to say. So you'll end up dealing with it eventually, but if you go into that movie entirely unprepared, then, and you're not too emotionally strong. I'm an emo, for example. No, just kidding. But if you're like emotional at all, then that's gonna wreck you and scar you a lot. So be prepared. Yeah. I've got school in 5 hours. I think I'm gonna end this video now and be excited for Jurassic World Evolution tomorrow. Oh my god, it's gonna come out tomorrow in wait, 17 plus 4, that's in 21 hours. Actually, 20 hours and 55 minutes. Oh my god! And I'm gonna be so fucking tired that I can't stay up long enough to make a video on it and play it, anything. Oh my god, I hate myself. Why did I do that? at least I'm gonna dream of Jurassic World, and I am very happy that I'm gonna dream of that, because that's all I want to dream about. Apart from that one classmate called Maxie. I figured that nobody was gonna watch this video until here, so I thought I could say that. However, if you have watched this video entirely, then I would like you to write peanut butter into the comment section, and basically tell me with that you now realize that I like classmate. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay. Yeah, if you have watched until here, thank you so much. You've heard me ramble about literally all the sections of the movie I could remember, and I think that were actually a lot. So yeah. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Oh yeah, music wise, this movie is perfect. Yeah. The credits are really do sound really sad though. There's like only some tension building music in there, and then some sad music. There's not much happiness in the credits either. I always watch the credits entirely, so I don't know. Maybe because I watched so much at the credits, and that was at the very end, that influenced me a lot too. Who knows? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please tell me what outro I should use in the future. Bye!